Greetings, this board came back. This is our yellow reproduction M1 board, and it's come back with an interesting fault. Originally, when the owner of the board got it back, he was having issues with switches not working properly. Yeah, I know, the Russians are coming, don't worry. There's a reason for that. That's actually an A279, but it's he has issues with switches, and then it wouldn't boot at all, and it's actually got a really interesting fault. Now you see, I don't know if I can zoom in on this. I've got a pin there. See that pin there on U7? All eyes lead back to U7, and I'll show you in a second why. At the minute, board's stuck in reset, right? See? Doesn't start. God, those LEDs are bloody bright. So when I got it back, I thought, oh, stuck in reset, so we'll remove Q1 and see if it's that, because sometimes Q1 can blow out on these boards, and took out Q1 and it worked. So, oh, that was easy. I'll just replace Q1. Replace Q1 and still stuck in reset again. And it had me scratch my head for a minute, and the previous owner of the board was scratching his head, and he had tried to replace U3, I believe it was. Where did I put that thing? Yeah, and he accidentally replaced it with a sound chip. So that's not going to work, but I had another board lying about that had one of these Russian Repro 8279s on it. It does exactly the same job as an 8279, it's just from the Russian Federation. But it works, so it does the job. It's not invading the board, so don't worry. Okay, so rambling a wee bit, back to it. I had a good look at the schematic, and I had a look at how reset actually works through Q1, and the gal's fine, the reset circuit is fine. I traced it back to U7 here. I saw in the drawings there's a line going back to U7. If I just peel this pin back, don't go like so, it works. That U7's dead. Stone dead. Not stone dead, because it does some things with the CPU read write, but as far as the reset section goes, that U7's dead. It's locking the reset on, and I'll show you how I found it. So it's all to do with this Q1 here. Now, Maygay don't tell you what these lines actually mean, but as far as I'm concerned, that's computer reset. All this does here, all this transistor does is it pulls the reset line low. It actually pulls the trigger low for the 555 that's in the reset circuit. Now Q1 here can be controlled in a couple of different ways. The main way, the way it happens most of the time, is through the gal here on pin 16. And what it does, if it doesn't get this watchdog signal, this watchdog reset signal coming back to pin 14 all the time, pin 16 will drop low. It pulls the voltage away through here through this blocking diode. That's a PNP, so when the voltage goes away, it turns the base on and the reset fires. But that's not the only way it can do it as well. It can also do it through here. This U7 here, this NAND gate, that monitors a couple of lines from the CPU, BS and BA, I think bus status and bus available. And if those two both go high, it means the CPU is basically stuck. The CPU has halted operation, and it's handed control of its data bus and address bus, whatever, over to whatever else wants to control it. So what happens is these two will go high, and if they two go high, that'll pull low, and that'll draw voltage away from here, back up through here. It'll pull that low, and that'll pull the reset line now. Don't be confused by what I'm saying, drawing voltage. I know that's an output, and like that's an output, but in digital electronics you can sync current as well as source it. So basically what these diodes are doing is they're allowing current to be pulled away from here, and it syncs into the output pin. Same here, current gets pulled away from here and syncs into the output pin because it's low. it's active low, so it's sinking current instead of sourcing it. It's I'll explain that in a future video, but basically the gist of it is that turns on. If that drops, if that's high, you get high here, you get high here. These dials block voltage being pulled down here to turn this on. This stayed off. If that's low, the current gets pulled through here, through this dial, and it turns it on. If that pin there is low, current gets pulled through here because it's active low, you see. Gets pulled through here, pulls the voltage away from here, and turns it on. So the U7 in this yellow board, that pin's stuck low all the time. I've got low here and I've got low here because the CPU is basically trying to run. It's not getting any burst requests. So these two are low, that should be high. That should be high, providing a high signal there, and that should be blocking current getting pulled away through up there. But it's not. That's permanently low, so the voltage is always getting pulled away through here. It's always keeping this Q1 on. So all I need to do basically is replace this U7. Check these diodes are okay, but it could be one of these is shorted and causing a false low here. That's happened before. And basically, oh, my fingers in the way. I'm terrible for that. Terrible for my fingers in the shot. Basically, replace this U7, check these, and I know this is good. That should be that. That should be us ready to go, and the board will go back, and we shall continue testing. Alright, so I'm not going to show that for the minute because I'm in the middle of doing housework. This is at a house, remember, not a workshop. And I'll get back to you with results later on. Alright, bye bye for now.